Dude, you're wasting so much wine!
I got it. She's kind of living her best life.
You wanna grab some?
Huge thank you to Keeps for sponsoring this video. So, Trader Joe's is my local grocery store, it's the one I usually go to, and I don't know anything about their corporate practices or their environmental impact, but I do know the way that I feel when I'm walking down those aisles. It fills me with a warm, fuzzy feeling. I feel like I'm walking through a museum, and I like it. And I want to be able to feel that anytime. I don't want to have to get in my car and drive. I want to live the Bubble Boy lifestyle and still have that Trader Joe's experience. And what better way to do that than to create a virtual reality Trader Joe's simulator? First things first, we gotta create the store. And I tried to block out the basic shape just from memory, but proportions are difficult to eyeball. But then I realized we now have the ultimate reference technology, 3D scanning. So me and Riley drove over to TJ's, we hit record on our phone cameras, put them in the front pocket of our shirts, and we just walked around, pretended like we were doing our regular grocery shopping. No one knew a thing. I threw that footage in reality capture, meshed it, and the results weren't so great. This isn't the fault of reality capture. The footage wasn't ideal. There were lots of reflective surfaces and lots of people getting in the way, but it was just good enough to use as reference for the blockout. So I brought it into the Unreal level and started blocking out the basic shapes. After I had a general feel for the shape of the store, it was time to move into fridges, shelves, etc. And the way I did that was by pulling some photos from Google Images and throwing those into F-Spy. F-Spy is one of my favorite pieces of free software. You basically just tell it where some of the perpendicular lines are in the image, and then it spits out the perfect camera angle that you can bring into a 3D modeler and just start modeling and the proportions will match up. So I modeled some fridges and freezers, threw those into the level, and already the store was starting to take shape. A big decision that you have to make with any VR application is how are your real-world hands going to be represented in the game? Is it going to be a one-to-one where your hands just clip through things, or is it going to be a bit more interpretive like Half-Life Alyx or Boneworks, where your hands exist as physics objects within the world of the game? Option number 2 is way more fun and feels way more simulator-y, so I decided to go with that. The way that works is with a thing in Unreal called physical animation, which I'm using a lot throughout the course of this video. Basically, Unreal simulates the object as a ragdoll, but then puts little motors on each of the joints, so instead of being all floppy, it tries to stay rigid, and you can actually adjust the strength of each joint. So you can have the hands be floppy, or not floppy. So now we got some beautifully floppy hands, but how are they going to interact with the world? We have to code a custom grabbing system to work with all this food. And so I decided to do that in 2 main parts. The first part is the pickup object. This is a piece of code that houses the mesh and also some common functionality for all of the pickup objects. The second part is a grab trigger. This is a secondary object that can be placed as many times as needed on the original pickup object. These are predefined positions where you can grab each particular object. I also coded it so that you can set a custom pose for the hand, so you can have more realistic grips for different types of objects. Huge thank you to Keeps for sponsoring this video. So it turns out 2 out of 3 guys will experience hair loss by the time they're 35. Tragic. My dad's a full-on baldy, and I'm starting to notice we got a little, the troops are retreating for sure, and it's a little bit terrifying, but you can't delay the inevitable. Or can you? Thankfully, we have Keeps. What is Keeps? Keeps is a subscription service that helps men keep their hair. And they do that by providing clinically proven treatments which combat the symptoms of hair loss. These treatments are affordable, personalized to you, and delivered straight to your door. I'll be honest, there are some hot baldies out there. It's possible. But if you're like me, I'd personally like to keep my hair. I love my hair. Now Keeps, in sponsoring this video, graciously sent me over a care package. And so I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try and see how it goes. I'll let you guys know. Before learning about Keeps, I wasn't sure if hair loss treatments actually worked, but it turns out they do. Results vary, of course, but it has been clinically proven to stop hair loss and promote hair growth. On top of that, Keeps has a 24/7 network of prescribers, medical advisors, and care specialists to support you in making your hair loss goals a reality. Any of the treatment plans come with a full year of free messaging, so you can talk to your doctor if you have any questions or anything like that. I might just take advantage of it and just have somebody to chat with. And if you're looking for a little bit more, they got shampoo and condition. Keeps you thick. We all want to be thick. Whatever you're looking to do, the Keeps physicians will take a look at you, they'll talk to you, and they'll help you select the specific products and treatments that are right for you. When you subscribe to Keeps, they'll even send you refill reminders so you'll never run low on the stuff you need to keep your flow. To get 50% off your first order, go to keeps.com/PeterFranz or click the link in the description. That's KEEPS.com/PeterFranz. I'm looking forward to improving the health of my hair, and I'm looking forward to a world in which we all have the flowiest, most ridiculous metal band haircuts. All possible thanks to Keeps. Thank you, Keeps, for sponsoring this video. Alright, so now we need some food. But these objects, where are they gonna come from? I can't just pull 3D models for these because the aesthetic is too specific, and I can't use Trader Joe's branding because that would get me in trouble. Riley whipped up over 50 incredibly accurate and hilarious brand labels for these items, such as...
Oui, this is the best wine in all of Bordeaux. Perfect for drinking at the top of the Eiffel Tower, or taking a walk by the Seine, or eating a croissant on the Champs-Élysées with your chef. I can say these things because I am 1/16 French.
Alright, so now all we're missing are some shoppers and some employees. I went on CG Trader and I found the best pack of people 3D models that I could find for $10. Straight out of Jimmy Neutron, I could not model these if I tried. If you made these 3D models and you see this video, I love you. Now it's time to animate them. So I put on both my beautiful Rococo suit version 2 and my acting cap, and I got to work. I really tried to channel the feelings that I feel walking through Trader Joe's, and I feel like I captured that in my gait. I also got some common actions like the cashier flirting with you while you check out. You're the hottest person I've ever seen. Then I processed those in Blender and threw them into Unreal. But what do? We need to give these AI some jobs. The way AI works in Unreal is through a beautiful thing called a behavior tree. These are pieces of code where you can set up a hierarchical system of tasks, and with these assets you can quickly create a lot of functionality. They're really cool. But now that I have all of these items on the shelves, I need to create a way to define these areas in code and open up functionality so that both the player and the NPCs can access them. And the way I did this was through what I ended up calling a stock area. This is a customizable piece of code that you can throw on top of a shelf and then dictate which food it corresponds to. That way, when either an NPC or the player requests food from it, it will send that entity a message with the particular food of the shelf. Alright, so now we got some functionality built out. It's working pretty well, but the store looks a little barren. It needs some art. So I reached out to my very talented friend, Pam, who quickly whipped up some assets that are way better than anything I could do. I added these to the store, and finally I'm starting to feel like I could walk through this place, blasted on an iced coffee, wearing my Sunday best. But I'm not just gonna do this on my own, pat myself on the back. I need an outside opinion.
What's the objective?
What's the objective anytime you go into a Trader Joe's?
Be noticed by everybody and look hot. Wow, this is beautiful. Here we go. This is how I hold baskets.
I loved your shirt, by the way.
Oh my god, thank you so much. I got it. Oh, hey, what? I've been sucked down! Help! Can I get some fucking assistance over here? Jesus.
No, I'm getting out of my truck.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Oh my god, this artwork's beautiful. Oh my god, they're like fully going through the process, aren't they?
Sort of. Dude, you're wasting so much wine!
I got
Nice.
it.
Oh!
You wanna grab
She's kind of living her best life. This is how I hold oat milk. Get oat milks.
Oh! Dude, why is she freaking out?
She's waking out. Okay, get out of my... This is obviously the car I would drive.
Oh, Jesus.
You gotta get those eggs stat, dude. Get in, get the eggs, and get out.
Get out of here!
Get out of there! Run! Run! No!
Sir,
Oh.
do you need some help? Croissant! Croissant!
Croissant!
Croissant!
No!
You're gonna have to pay for that.
Regular Trader Joe's.
Go to the break room. They won't find you. How was it, Riley?
Listen.
How would you rate this experience?
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Woo! 11 out of 10.